Star Citizen Roadmap 313 Advanced Release View, as always, brought to us by Odysseus 1992 and the design by Snackem Now. This looks a bit more complicated than the ones we're used to because they've added a lot of interesting small things to it. Let me full screen for you. There we go. And don't be overwhelmed. I'll explain as we go. So we're all waiting for 313 to come down the pipe, and I have not seen any patch notes come out to Evocati just yet, so I do not believe it is out, but it should be shortly because there's a lot of good stuff coming and a lot of it is already locked down, which is a good place to start explaining what's happening in this roadmap. See this lock icon there? That means it is locked in, it is ready to go. As seen over there, this means committed. This deliverable is scheduled for this quarter and has passed the final review process. There's a very low chance of this deliverable moving. So when you see the lock icon, that is coming through. Now, taking a closer look at how they are displaying this information now, you can see that the refinery stations are taking 6 weeks. It's from week 2 to week 7 of Q1. And these circles here show you the amount of devs working on it and what area those devs are focused in. Now, the orange means art and the blue means design. If the circle is full, like the orange one down here, that means these devs are focused only on that specific task. If the circle is open, it means those devs are working on other things too. So with that in mind, we see there is one dev in art and one dev in design working on the refinery stations, but also working on other things. And that kind of explains everything we need to know about that specific topic, which I love. All right, so Stanton system Polish. And we can see there are 6 devs from art focused only on that. It's going to take from week 2 of Q1 to week 1 of Q2, 13 weeks in total, and that is not locked in. These 3 lines over there means it is tentative. This deliverable is tentatively scheduled for this quarter, but has not gone through the review process and may shift around. So not locked in, but with 6 devs from art locked into that, I think they will probably get that done. New asteroids in the Stanton system, 1 dev each working on that. Cave entrances, drive-ins, and sinkholes, 1 from art and 1 from design working on that, and that is pretty much locked in. I'm pretty excited to see these cave entrances, and I'm curious to know how much griefing is going to be happening there, because you drive in and you are surprised to see a TONK facing you in the cave entrance, which I believe the tanks are also due. Not locked in yet. We'll get there in a second. So yeah, cave entrance is definitely a new and exciting feature in the game that I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing a lot of, adding something to the terrain other than normal caves that we see now, and building on what these missions will do. So mission spawn closets are actually increasing 8 weeks in length from Q1 week 7 to Q2 week 4. That is going to take more time. The reputation system is locked in. The mining subcomponents are locked in. Shield effects, V2, new. If you see the Squadron 42 logo over there, it means this is made for Squadron 42, but also goes into the live build we'll see now. Shield effects like we've seen on the Idris, on the Xeno battle, the Xeno threat battle we saw. You've already seen, so it looks great. Mounted guns, there was recently a lot about this in the recent Inside Star Citizen. People overlooking this, but think about this for a second, all right? You got your homestead. We'll see this later. You've built out your little base on some strange, spooky planet, and you stick up your ballistic mounted guns in strategic points. And you know what? There's crab monsters. How great is that going to be with NPCs or these monsters coming to raid your base and you just firing away with your weapons? Mounted guns are going to be great. Exciting stuff. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but when this game is up and running in the year 2029, it's going to be good. Force reactions also for Squadron 42 are locked in, ready to go. Vehicle names and serial numbers, which just came out. I did not actually name anything. I gotta say, and this is just me, feel free to disagree, but I just don't have enough of a connection with any of my ships that I feel I'm ready to name. I can't commit. I just can't commit. But I was wondering who the lucky person is that was going to grab the name Belligerent Duck for the Mercury Star Runner. And the answer came to us that none other than Carib, that lucky bastard, managed to get the name Belligerent Duck For his Mercury Star Runner, well done to you, Carib. I am jealous. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I should have grabbed that, but you must have been fast on your keyboard to get that. So congratulations, Carib, for landing Belligerent Duck. If you're new to Star Citizen, there's a bit of lore. I guess actually there was a fun mini game when the Mercury Star Runner came out, and you had to find the Belligerent Duck and get like the black skin for it. That most of us who were playing got that. So there's a bit of lore and history behind that name, and definitely a very recognizable name that Carib managed to grab there. Let me know what interesting names you managed to get for your ships. Post below, I'm curious. Some really creative ones have popped up. For me so far, nothing. Just ship 1, ship 2. I'm just going to number them, I think. I don't know. Vehicle visual degradation is locked in, ready to go. We have the Merlin and Constellation docking locked in, and we've seen examples of that 2 weeks off from week 4 to week 10. It's ahead of schedule. Merlin docking with the Constellation is what sold me on this game originally, to spend the money I did on my Constellation game package. It was such a novel and original idea that your ship's in orbit and you're going to take your snub fighter and that's going to detach and you'll go down to the planet and come back. It was just, the idea was wonderful. Since then, I've melted my Constellation Phoenix and upgraded to the 600i, which I'm wondering if it was the right decision, because now I really want the Phoenix back just to try that. And maybe I'll try it on your ship. I promise I won't scratch it up. But really great to see that finally, after all these years, the docking of the Merlin and the Constellation finally coming our way. Exciting stuff, and I'm going to have to borrow someone's ship to try that because I've moved on from the Constellation, unfortunately. Great ship, by the way. Very versatile and quite of a monster of a gunship if you build it out that way. Ship to station docking, not locked down yet, but we've seen examples of it. Lots of work to be done on that too. Object push and pull for Squadron 42 is locked in. And here we go. Not ready to go yet, but hopefully soon is the Tumble Nova. I'm very curious to know the gameplay applications of ground vehicles like the Tumble Nova, the TONK. The tank, well, it's a tank. We call it TONK because one of the lead designers is French, I believe, and his accent sounds like TONK, and now it just became TONK. So exciting for owners, because I'm really, really curious to know under what circumstances you'll be using this. Now, no doubt there'll be some planets or some areas which are no-fly zones, and you cannot take your ship, so you do need ground vehicles, and this will be the king of offensive ground vehicles. We don't have that in the game yet. I think that at the moment, ground vehicles are very susceptible to taking fire from aircraft, and when the A2 comes out, just dropping massive bombs on them also. I don't see how effective they'll be at the moment, but definitely when the game is out one day, there'll be situations where tanks will dominate in their field. So curious to see how that pans out, and excited to go see how that tank sounds like and what kind of weapon damage that thing could do. The Crusader M2 Hercules and the Starlifter. Now, I sat around twiddling my thumbs at Lost Sale. I was so close. I want to go for the A2, but I don't, because I know it's going to be a hangar queen. I know it's going to sit in my hangar and do nothing. But yet, I still must have it. I don't know. Do any of you have the problem too? So I know so many people have purchased the M2 and the C2. They absolutely love the idea of the massive cargo, the design of the ship, the way it looks also. And from what we saw for the Mercury Star Runner, the Crusader Industries design language is beautiful. A lot of people very excited for the M2 and the C2. Looking forward to seeing this come out. Unfortunately, this is taking a bit longer. Added 2 weeks to these projects over there. And Pink. What is Pink? Pink is tech content. So, not locked in, not ready to go, but lots of people very excited for that to come out. And off we are to 3.14, which is Q2 of 2021 with Planet Crusader, still some ways off. But in 3.14, we won't dig too much in that. The most important thing to come out of there, in my opinion, is a game loop, which a lot of people in the healer field want, which we don't have yet. And there it is, the Grey Cat multi-tool healing attachment needed for Squadron 42, but also coming to live, obviously, with the Cure Life medical tool. Healers rejoice, because now when you're out with your squad, someone gets downed and they don't have a pen on them, you can go poke them with yours, bring them back to life, or at least heal them to some extent. A much needed game loop for those people who like to play a dedicated healer role in that. And also so many people waiting for the Constellation Taurus. Your patience will be rewarded in 3.14, hopefully. 3.15, let's touch on that quickly. Now, a game changer for me personally is the small home outpost. And I've spoken about this at length before. This, for me, will really start cementing the game. When you can start making your own little base, you pick a planet or a moon, you can lay down your early structures. We don't know how involved it's going to be, but once they give this to players, this is when a lot of people will start really feeling this game, when you can have a sense of ownership, you own a piece of something. Then stick up your ballistic weapons and shoot those space crabs, obviously, but very exciting times for 315. That's in Q3, some way to go. Touching on a couple of the ships from 315 also, the A2, which I know I will regret for not buying. I gotta see. Aegis Redeemer sitting in my buyback list for I don't know how many years already. It better be good. It better be good. But the most exciting thing for me personally is the Crusader Ares Starfighter Inferno. Massive fan of Crusader. I love Crusader language design. And the Starfighter Inferno with the bird in it comes with a size 7 ballistic Gatling. The thing keeps me up at night is, should I have bought the Ion instead, or maybe I should have bought both? And truthfully, I think I might end up buying both, because that Crusader Ares Starfighter Ion with a size 7 laser is one hell of a long-distance sniper ship. I may just end up getting that, but we have time, and we'll see how that pans out. That's the most exciting thing I see in 315. Looking forward to 316. Oh, this is big. It doesn't sound like much, but dynamic door alignment. So when you land your ship and you open up that bottom cargo, it doesn't launch you into space or something weird like that. It sounds like something pretty small, but actually it's something very, very important for the game. Let's leave it that. We'll touch on 315, 316 close to the time, but let's leave it there. All right, guys. So what is the most exciting aspect of 313 you're looking for? Give me the funny names of your ships. Post below. I won't steal your name, I promise. And with that, don't forget to subscribe. Like, your comments below, always appreciated. I'll catch you in the next one.